Welcome to my skeptical sister.
I'm Megan, the skeptical one.
You always sound like you had a little bubble in your throat when you said
I did not realize we were already going, and I had a wee bit of wine in my mouth because I was like, "Oh, swallow that quickly." Here we go.
That's what he said. Ew. Oh, that was gross.
That might have been.
I'm sorry.
There was the line, and you walked up to it.
I found it.
And you like teetered on it, but it's me, so
okay.
You didn't go all the way over to yet.
Okay, good. And yeah, I'm gonna stop. Let's just do another opening just in case we need to put that all in bloopers.
Okay, all right.
Welcome to my skeptical sister. Is that what I normally say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like every Thursday night for a year, you've said that.
Welcome seems like a weird word to start with. They're not actually coming anywhere. That's
now,
what he said. Oh, I'm so sorry.
What is wrong with you today? You've had too much sun. Oh my gosh.
No butterface today. Anyways, welcome to my skeptical sister.
I'm Megan, the skeptical one.
I'm Aaron, the believer.
Or the dirty one.
Well, we knew that. That's nothing new. The immature one.
Oh man.
I don't think I can move any of that to bloopers. It's just gonna be what it is.
There it is. There's our opening. Just coming out of the gate strong. Now I'm just dirty minded. That's all I can think of is
You're
ways
welcome.
to make that dirty.
You are welcome.
Okay. How you doing? How's summer treating you?
Oh, it's good. My only complaint is I've got nothing good to tell you.
That's because you spent all day with me.
I know. That's how it's going to be all summer.
I think it's funny. I'm like, how's summer treating you? I know exactly how your summer is treating you. Pretty fine.
Yeah, it's been pretty nice. I took a nap today.
Oh, now listen. Now you're just bragging.
I know.
Oh, my
Someday
gosh.
your kids will be old enough.
Someday.
Although they did wake me up going, Mom.
Oh, no. Oh, Macy James did?
Oh, yeah, she was there too. But Penelope was leading the pack.
Oh, that's my plan. I'm like, you don't get to nap if I don't get to nap. If she go over there and see if Annan is napping and go wake her up.
Go wake her up. Yep, that's right.
It worked. Well, let's see. So I feel like I had a couple of little stories for you, but I got to dig for them.
Tell me about your terrible day yesterday. That you don't think is terrible, but it sounds like my nightmare.
Oh my gosh. I've already got summer brain. I'm like, what happened yesterday? I have no reference of time.
I wouldn't let you tell me anything about it.
That's right. Okay. So I'm kind of going for like mom of the year.
You
this
really
summer.
are. You're really making me look awful.
Like a waffle.
Like awful.
Oh, awful. I thought you said like a waffle.
Or like a waffle. I'm very, what is it, crinkly? No, how would you describe a waffle? I've got lots of dips.
Divots.
That's true.
You're very divotty.
Very divotty.
No, you're not a waffle or awful. So I'm also just going to throw this out there because I have been telling everybody when I turn into Diana Clem, our mother.
Yeah, when you get something you're excited about, that's all you talk about.
Cannot help it. That's all I talk about. I want everybody else to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I get really enthusiastic about it. I told our waitress at the Mexican restaurant last night probably 5 times where to go, how to sign up, and then all the places she could go from there. So I love that I have this podcast and a platform right now to go ahead and share my enthusiasm for the Louisville Cultural Pass. So if you're around Louisville and you have little ones, it's amazing. And it really is amazing. You can go to your local.
Such a dork.
I'm such a dork.
So
I think it's so cool.
I know you do.
Well, okay, here's why I also think it's really cool is that the whole goal of the Cultural Pass is to make everything equitable.
Yes, I totally agree. I think it's amazing.
Okay, so you should be as excited as I am, Aaron.
I am excited. I don't like to do things though.
Okay. It's not. There's always an ulterior motive. Don't think that I'm like doing this to make my children well-rounded and wonderful little human beings. That's just an awesome side effect.
Right.
That they're getting exposed to all of these amazing things.
Yeah.
Really, it's because when they're in my house, they destroy my house.
Yeah.
So I have to get them out. I have to clean up real quick, make it how I want it to look, and then everybody get in the car and go. Otherwise, it's horrible. And I live in filth all day long and it drives me crazy. And I'm mean to everybody. I'm mean mom. And now I just get to leave my nice house clean in the morning and then come back. My kids are cultured. I come back and I'm like, okay, look at you.
Explain the past to the people who haven't heard about it yet.
Sorry. Okay. So
you just left us on that ledge of
I know.
It's amazing.
Oh, do you want
That's all I'm going to tell you.
That's why I'm hooking. That's called a hook, Aaron.
Oh, okay.
I hooked them.
But
then
I got to make sure you hook on back.
I'm going to hook them back.
It's got a curve. It's got to come back.
I'm here. I'm a professional. I know how to do this. Okay. So here's how you make your kids cultured and keep your house clean. You move to Louisville.
Okay. Oh, I love that plan for everyone.
Yes. Everybody come to Louisville. Step 1. Step 2, if you have no children, have them.
Oh, or don't.
Right. Your house is always clean and you can go make yourself cultured.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Okay.
If I didn't have kids, the culture pass would be ideal.
Right. You do it all the time.
I'm like, let's go.
Let's go.
I'm bored right now. What do we do?
So go to your local public library. And if you're not a member, go ahead and become a member. Why aren't you a member? That's ridiculous. It's free. And it's the local.
Everybody should always be a member of their library.
For sure. And I don't even
stuff.
Yeah, you get awesome stuff, but also I haven't checked out a book in like forever.
You have, because you use the Libby app that you couldn't use if you didn't have a library card.
True, very true. Okay. They need to sponsor us, by the way, after this. We need to call the local libraries and tell them they need to sponsor us. So anyway, once you become a member of your local library, then you say, I would like a culture pass. And they will give you this little pamphlet of about 50 different things you can do around Louisville for free.
Yeah, pretty sweet.
It's like a one-time shot. Like you don't get to go over and over and over again to the same place. They scan your barcode, so you just get a one shot. But it's 50 different things you can do. Some of them are like, duds. But if nothing else, for free, you can get a day pass into the Louisville Zoo, which right there, that's going to save you money.
Yeah, big time. You got a good zoo.
We got an awesome zoo. You can get a ride on the Belle of Louisville. Oh, I can't remember the last time I did that. It was like a
high
field
school
trip.
At least.
Yeah. So we're going to do that. Anyway, you can get this pass and go to all these really cool places. And then there's like little hidden gems that I knew nothing about, which is really what's been fun. So I found one yesterday that I was really excited about because one of my favorite things to do, like we talked about the snake story, is to go hiking. I don't
Horrible.
get to, I love it. You hate it.
I hate it.
I love it. There's something about being out. Like it's shaded. It never gets too hot.
Yeah.
Depending on the level of hiking, and we'll get to that in a moment. But I love it. And there's something about being in nature. You just you don't have to hike up hills or up mountains. You can just take a walk in the woods, and it is so nice. I love it. I keep trying to sell Erin on it. She hates it. But anyway,
it's not going to happen.
I love it. So I was really excited to find this nature center that's right here in the heart of Louisville. I had no idea it was here. Went there. It was great. Miles got to touch like real skulls of things because they had this whole little library
of people.
that'd be a different museum.
What kind of place are you taking these kids?
No, they were like animal skulls, and fossils and all this stuff, but it was hands-on, so you got to touch everything, which is like awesome. He loved that. And they get to see some reptiles, and it's great. And I could go on and on. It was really cool. But here's where things went awry. So the guide tells me, the guide is like just spewing out all of these things because she's as equally a dork as I am.
Nobody ever comes here.
Nobody cares about this shit but you and me in this moment. We were having a moment. It was great. I'm so excited. Everything's I'm like, that sounds, I'm like, Miles, doesn't this sound awesome? And he's like, yeah, Mom, it sounds great. I'm like,
so you already drugged me to 38 of these things.
I know. God
just kidding. I'm sure it's got to be the best time.
Every day that I'm like, you want to do something? He's like, yes, it's going to be an adventure. I mean, we really haven't had a dud yet. There's just some on there that I'm like, we'll skip that one.
Oh my gosh, you really are like, I'm the laziest mother there ever was.
I already told you my ulterior motive.
I don't care. You know what the difference is? I don't care that my house is a mess, and I don't care when my kids are fighting. I'm just like, just go leave me alone. Oh. You go somewhere else. You go fight in your room. So this is just more proof that you are you're like proactive. Like they will not fight. They will not ruin my house. They'll be entertained. I'm like, entertain yourselves. Leave me alone. I'm doing a puzzle. Yeah, there's our difference. I'm a lazy mom. You can't back me up. You can't hype me up. It's okay.
Every other day I'm lazy with you. That's what I told him. Every other day we're going to go to the pool with Ann in.
Oh, okay.
And then on our off days we're going to go do something, an adventure. And once you get your kids a pass, they can come with me. I don't care. And then you can have kid-free pool days.
I'm going tomorrow.
I mean, I don't know what you're waiting for.
You go.
I really feel like I forgot this podcast was happening. I was like, and we'll make plans. I'm getting so into it. I've got to steady myself. Okay, for the story, the whole reason why we're talking about all this stuff that nobody cares about, except for if you have kids, you should care about it. It's amazing.
And even if you don't, but you really like it, Megan excited.
Yeah, talk to me about it. Okay, so anyway, the guide is like rattling off all of these different things that we can go see and go do. And somewhere within there, she tells me about 2 trails. And she's like, now one is really long. And she looked at me and she's like, probably don't want that one. And she's like, the other one's like 0.5 miles. It'll be fine. Half a mile. You can definitely do that with 2 kids. I'm like, perfect. One was called like White Oak. The other one was like Red Oak. And somewhere either she said it wrong or I heard it wrong.
No.
And we get there and they're not marked by how many miles. It's just White Oak, Red Oak.
Why?
I have no idea. That's going to be my feedback for them because we took the wrong oak and we ended up on a 5-mile hike.
Oh my gosh.
With a 5-year-old in flip-flops. We're all in flip-flops and a 2-year-old.
Yikes.
Who about a half a mile in was done and was like, carry me, mama, carry me. And I was like, oh no. I don't see anything around here but trees. Like, okay. So I put her on my shoulders for a little bit of it. And then I'm like, okay, surely we're getting close by now. It seems like it's been a mile at least. Well, then I noticed there are markers, like mile markers. And we're at the 2-mile marker. Oh, and I'm like, no, we are on the long hike. And I don't know.
Turn around and go back.
Well, that's the thing. She didn't tell me how long. So the long hike could have been 2 miles. It could have been 3 miles. Could have been 10 miles. Like we could have been right there at the end, or we could have been, 10 miles in. Who knows? So I was like, let's just go for it. Let's do it. So I put her on my shoulders and we went and we huffed and we puffed. And then Miles was like this, like wasn't telling him my narrative going on in my head. I'm just like, he's enjoying things. I did keep stopping him from taking it all in. He's like, look, Mom. I'm like, that's amazing. Keep on going, buddy. Keep on going, which is not the way I like to hike. But I'm like, I'm going to die at some point. You have an elderly mother. I mean, heart attack's got to be right around the corner.
Oh my god!
So I'm like, we got to go, and I'm huffing and puffing. I'm like, this is not the hike I envisioned, but let's go. Let's do this. And then he starts realizing, like, Mom, my legs are getting tired. I'm like, well, tough luck, buddy, because I'm not carrying both of you all out of here. Like, one of you is going to have to suck it up. And anyway,
Miles, you have to carry Macy James now.
Oh my gosh, I should have done that. You are a brilliant mom.
I know. I'm lazy. Thinking at the brilliant. 2-mile mark, I would have called someone.
Okay, so that happened to me at about the 4-mile mark because I did not know how much longer we had.
Yeah.
So I was like, do I call James? I mean, at this point, I had to definitely stop. Yeah. And I took her off my shoulders. My neck is killing me. And I'm like, what have we gotten ourselves into?
This is why. I might be lazy, but I've never once gotten stuck on a trail. Never once.
But then you got a great story afterwards and it's fun.
Yeah, but now I get to hear a great story and I had no work to do.
Oh man, it was an adventure. So yeah, so we're out there and we're stuck. And then I'm like, okay, do I panic and do I call James and say, okay, look, because I also knew the nature center itself closed at 5.
That's why you couldn't go back and tell them your feedback. They already left.
They already left me out there with 2 kids.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't it be funny?
What is this place?
They like watched me go down the wrong path. They're like, ha ha, sucker. Or like really told me the wrong one on purpose.
Oh my gosh. These people don't get that culture pass. Just kidding.
No, definitely do.
Just kidding.
Anyway, so then I'm thinking, we're taking a break and Miles is like, oh, Mom, like we should have brought water. I'm like, I know. On a normal hike like this, by the way, it was 98 degrees?
Yeah.
Yeah, on a normal hot hike like this, A, we wouldn't be going in 98 degree weather. Yeah. And B, we would have brought backpacks and not the 2-year-old.
Yeah.
And he and I would have had a blast. But I thought we were going a half mile. Sure, we can do that. That's no big deal. And he wanted to go on a hike so bad.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You're raising him wrong.
Well, here's where I'm raising him right. I almost phoned a friend. I was like, I'm going to call your dad. Tell him where we're at. We're at the 3-mile mark. You got to come and help me carry one of these kids. But then I thought, no, I am raising a young man who needs to know how strong women are.
There you go.
And we don't need to call men to come rescue us. Not let alone the 2-year-old. She probably would not remember any of this.
Right.
But I would remember it. And Miles would definitely remember it. And I was like, absolutely not. So then I had
sadly, you couldn't call your sister because you knew I wouldn't come.
No, you would not. You are one woman that would not
You're right.
be that tough.
Like, be strong on your own, sis.
Yeah, well, I was. So I took a moment, took a breather. I looked at him. I said, look, Miles, we're hot. We're thirsty. We have no other options than to keep going. And I was like, we're going to do this. We're going to get out of here. There is a trail. We're not lost. We just keep following this trail and it will end eventually. And he looked at me like, you are crazy, woman. Like, this is enough. But I said, what else are we going to do? Yeah. And he just kind of looked around like, yeah, I don't know. So then he started singing the song. And at first it was so cute. Like, he's like, he loves to make up little songs like, won't stop, can't stop, not gonna give up. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. So then I was like singing it after him. He was singing a verse and I was singing a verse. And then he finally got to the part and he was like, not gonna give up or we're gonna die. And listen, I sang it right after him.
You're right.
Because I'm like, the truth is, we could, if we just stopped, what else is going to happen? Oh, man. But we did. We made it out. We survived. Sheer will. My neck this morning, I could not turn it to the left or right. I was like laid there for the longest time, took some Advil, and then now it's okay. But yeah, I mean, this is why you don't have kids in your 40s.
It's why you don't hike. You could say
no, hiking is lovely. It's lovely, just not with a 2-year-old on your neck.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I promise.
I've never once hiked with a 2-year-old on my neck, and I have hiked, and I don't feel like it's lovely.
Oh, you hiked wrong. You need to go with me. You need to go with me. I would make you.
I went with you once.
Oh well, shut up. Then I didn't do it right that time.
Okay, fine. Let's blame you.
All right, but anyway, survived. It was great.
Good. That's probably the scariest story we're going to hear tonight, but let's see if we can top it with something else.
All right, well, let's go.
Okay, so I am going to start us off tonight. This is a story from somebody we've heard from before, but I didn't know if I could say their name.
Okay.
But they have given me permission. So this is Birdie.
Oh, love Birdie.
I know.
Love Birdie.
Birdie's new to us, but like super active.
Oh, Birdie, I want to get under their wing. I don't know, take them under my wing, give them something.
You want to get under their wing? That's
yes. Birdie seems like the coolest person in the world.
I was not relating the name.
Yeah, bird.
To that
bird wings.
That saying.
But I was like, I looked at Birdie's profile, like I do. And I was like, oh, Birdie is a cool person.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome, Birdie.
Yes. So their last story was about the like shadow figure in the room, and their daughter was there.
Oh, it was horrible.
Yeah. Well, now we got a shadow man in my son's room.
Oh, okay.
I know,
okay. Here we go.
First off, thank you so much for reading my story on the pod.
You're welcome. It was a great story.
I know.
And as I'm saying that, should we tone ourselves down when we welcome new people? We get so excited. We're like, they are amazing. Like, we're such dorks.
Oh, yeah. But they know it.
They love us for it. It's fine.
You guys are so funny. You helped me get so much housework done because I'm laughing my butt off through the whole thing. I appreciate you. Also, you can use my name, Birdie, she, pronouns.
Wonderful.
As I've said before, I have a few stories from all throughout my life, and I would be happy to share. I did share this story on Two Girls, One Ghost, like the day after it happened, which is a podcast that I listen to.
Mm-hmm.
This one is a bit wordy, so buckle in.
Ooh, okay, hold on. That was me buckling. I was clicking it in.
You didn't make any sound effects.
Oh, sorry. I forgot this is a podcast, so you have to hear.
She did a great mime of pulling the strap over her shoulder.
Listen, I'm new to this. I'm still getting the hang of it.
About a month ago, I went downstairs to prepare dinner after waking up from my nap, as is customary. A customary nap.
Quit bragging.
Gorgeous.
Why? Why does everyone have to brag about their napping? Ugh.
My son comes down to tell me about a part of his day at school. Here's the story. He was talking to one of his friends at school, and he told him about seeing shadow people. My son said, "Bro, last night I woke up in the middle of the night. I don't know why. And I saw a shadow man above me near the ceiling."
Ooh.
And then she has a bunch of eye emojis. Like, what? I was like, hold the hell up. Repeat that to me. He said that he blinked and it was gone. And he assumed it was his imagination. Rolled over and went back to sleep. And then the little scaredy face emoji. He said he still remembers what it looked like and described it to me. Shadow figure, no hair, no eyes, no mouth.
Ooh.
I told him that it very well could have been his imagination, but in any case, if he ever feels or sees anything like that, especially at night, that he is to say out loud that it is not welcome and it needs to leave immediately. This is a safe place and it's not okay for them to be here. I thanked him for trusting me and telling me, as I know it isn't always easy. I remember when I was younger and dealing with similar things and was terrified to tell my mom. I am not unused to the paranormal. We have 2 spirits in this house that are animals, and we feel comfortable with them and allow them to stay, but I was pissed. How dare that little shit stain come into my house, let alone into my child's room.
I love the shit stain.
I know.
I never think to use that as it, but I'm gonna now.
Yeah, that's a good one. Uh-huh. I got out my herbs, my Florida water. I don't know what Florida water is. And lighter, and stormed his room. We get no explanation.
What is Florida water?
I don't know, but
Why Florida? Why not Kentucky water?
Well, things are scarier in Florida.
That's true. I've heard.
I've heard don't mess with Texas. Whatever. Don't mess with Florida.
Yeah, Florida, there's some things that happen there.
Ooh, yeah. I cleansed his room and told it off. Told it to get the beep out and go back to where it came from. If it ever showed its no face in my house again, there would be hell to pay. And if it ever woke my kid up, it was going to wish it bleeping left.
Ooh.
I came downstairs and my son asked what happened up there. I said, nothing much, but he should
Nothing to see here, honey. It's fine.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have any problems tonight and to keep me updated. Update.
Oh, no.
He hasn't had any more issues, but for about 2 weeks after, I felt watched in my house.
Ew.
This is a feeling I am familiar with from my childhood. I was spooked.
Ooh.
I cleansed every few days, but the feeling hung around. Close to the 3rd week, I had a dream that was strange. I woke up twice in the dream, and each time I thought I was actually awake. Oh, I hate that feeling.
Yeah, that's awful.
By the 3rd dream, I went downstairs to tell my wife about the dream, and there was a little spirit about knee height opening and closing my front door.
What?
Is that in
Tell
the dream
me
part?
More about that.
I got angry. I felt disrespected, and I told it to get out and slam the door behind it. When I woke up, it was like a flip switched. Everything was just like it was before the Shadow Man. My house felt like my own again, and my cat stopped howling at all hours of the day and night. That's my tale. Have at it, Megan.
Wow. Okay, I will, Birdie.
All right.
I mean, no, I'm just kidding. First of all, beautiful writing.
Yeah, excellent story.
I mean, I was hooked into that story the whole time. Like, this is a good story.
I love that mama bear energy.
That's what I was going to say about Birdie, is that I'm about to debunk here, but before I do, let's talk about how badass Birdie is.
Right.
Like, that is, when that mama bear switch gets turned on, it is kind of the coolest thing to see in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, except for when you're a teacher and crazy parents come in and they flip that switch. You're like, whoa, hold on here. What did your kid tell you? Because let me tell you my version of what happened. But when I hear about moms like Birdie, I'm like, yeah, you got this. You're killing it. That's amazing. That you would even take it to the level, like everybody here knows I wouldn't. I would be like, yeah, it's your imagination. But I'm so like, you inspire me, Birdie, to take things a little more seriously when my kids come to me with things that I might think are their imagination. Whether I think that they are their imagination or not, they're real to them. Their perspective is their reality. So I should honor that and maybe give more weight to that.
Yeah.
So good on you, Birdie, for teaching me a little something tonight about parenting. But here's what I was going to say for my debunk. It sounds a little bit to me. And again, Birdie, I was going to go light until you gave me that last sentence of you're challenging me to go for it. So I'm going to go for it. And hopefully I'm not being disrespectful in any way. But it sounds to me like a little bit of Inception. Like the child at school told him about shadow people, told him what shadow people look like. And your kids took some terrifying pictures on my kid's tablet the other day.
Oh, I know. She got in big trouble for it. She couldn't even try to lie. She's not good at it. Thank goodness.
But I was just like, I was drilling Miles. I'm like, you took these pictures. Like, this just sounds like something you would do. And he's like, I swear I left my iPad there. And when I opened it up, these were the pictures I saw. And some of them sound a lot like the Shadow Man. So to me, that sounds like these scary images are out there. They're in social media. They're there. So this one kid sees something like that, has a nightmare, tells your child about it. And then kids do all sorts of wild things to like fit in. And they're not even lying. I think that they really like develop this like Oh yeah, like they take on that story.
Yeah.
Of their own. Like Miles for the long, I mean, he is insistent that he went to a concert with his dad and his brother. He'll tell me the hotel, how it looked. He'll tell me everything about it. He was about 3 years old when they went to this concert in Chicago, his dad and his stepbrother. He was nowhere there, but he's heard them tell the story. And so you cannot tell him he was not there. He will argue with you tooth and nail. Is that the saying, tooth and nail?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe he astro projected to that concert.
He wanted to go so bad as a 3-year-old.
Yeah. How do you know? You put him to bed early that night and he was like, I'm here.
Here I am. It is weird. Like I keep looking at James like he didn't go, did he? Because he knows details but he knows details that he has heard his dad and his brother talk about.
Yeah.
So he just imagined it so well in his little imagination. And he picked up on all those words and he can retell it so well.
Yeah.
But in his mind, he was absolutely there. So he's not telling a lie.
Yeah.
He truly believes that he was there. So to me, it sounds like maybe like this kid is telling him the story that he gets so sucked into that he's like, it happened to me too. And he wants like this need or has this need to like relate really well. And it's not a lie. It just, it picks up.
Yeah.
Into that. So I feel like that's kind of where maybe it was. And then as far as Birdie, then it transferring to Birdie and Birdie feeling strange. I mean, when you have to switch on that mama bear, it pumps your adrenaline. It gets things going. You're in this mindset. So her adrenaline's up. You know, she is hypersensitive, which good for her. Like I am 100% on board with that. Like if you feel like your child is being threatened in any way, take it seriously.
Yeah.
You know, go for it. Unless it's like the teacher, then also hear the teacher's side first.
Yeah. But also not all teachers are flawless.
No, let me tell you what.
I mean, we are, but
yes, we are wonderful. No, that used to be my pet peeve when I would like go out to a bar and somebody would buy me a drink just for being a teacher. I would then passionately, because by then I was a little bit tipsy, you know me and passion and tipsy, I would passionately tell them like, why would you do? Oh, well, because you're like, doing God's work. Or they would say something like that, or they'd be like, you're just, you know, shaping tomorrow's future. I'm like, I could be a shit teacher. Do not go around buying every teacher a round of drinks. Investigate a little bit. Make sure that teacher's worth it, because trust me, there are some not such so good ones out there.
Any of my students' parents are listening, you can always buy me a drink.
Oh, always us. We're fabulous.
I'm a great teacher.
Yeah, you keep saying we.
I said we for a while. And then I just wanted to hone in, like, listen, people.
Yes,
you see me out. You're welcome to.
Well, yes, she is literally shaping tomorrow's artists.
I also literally have no pride. Like, I'm never like, no, it's fine. I'm like, yeah, I'll take a free drink. Kevin's fully on board too. He's like, oh, flirt a little bit. Yeah, get some free drinks.
Get yourself a free drink.
Yeah. When I come home, I'm like, I didn't have to buy any drinks tonight. He's like, all right.
High
He loves it. I know. It's great. It's a little ego boost. It's good for my economy. It's great.
It's wonderful. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh, too funny. I once had a mom. Sorry, Birdie. We'll get back to you in just a minute. I once had a parent had a really rough year. Like teaching kindergarten was probably like I was done teaching kindergarten. I've been teaching kindergarten 6 years.
Yeah.
That's like so 6 years too many.
That's like 25 years in teaching.
In kindergarten years. Oh, kindergarten is a beast. But anyway, I had a rough little group of kids. And this mom was like, so I got you a gift. It was the end of the year. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so nice. Because, schools I work at, I hardly get very many gifts, which is fine. But she was like, but you have to come out to my car to get it. I was like, what? This is really weird.
No, thank you. Second location. I don't think so.
But I really liked her. And she was great. So I was like, okay. And so I go out to her car and it was this huge basket of tequila and margarita and glasses and salt. And it was all done up. And it was amazing. And she was like, I couldn't bring it to the school. I was like, I wanted to say her name right now because I will never forget her. This was, 10 years ago. Yeah. So a long time ago. And she gave me this basket and I will never forget her. Like I can picture her face right now. I would love to go have drinks with her.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a newer teacher. So I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And then I bragged about it all over Facebook. It comes up on Time Hop all the time. I'm like, that really was the best gift ever for a teacher. So Anyway, what were we talking about again?
We were talking about the inception into Birdie now. Now she is protecting.
I always think our tangents are so funny. I'm like, how do we get from inception to here?
Teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Bring that energy.
I said bring that energy, but make
teachers.
sure you listen double-sided. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But I am kidding. Honestly, investigate. Be a good parent. Maybe don't come in so hot with your teacher. Like, don't come in like angry.
Right.
But ask questions for sure.
Right.
And so I definitely respect and appreciate Birdie for her mothering, and the way she handled that is great. I, as the skeptic, Birdie, I'm there. That's why you challenged me at the end. Think that maybe you just had kind of some inception of your own. Like you took on this like adrenaline rush, and you are hypersensitive now to anything that's going to fuck with your kid. And that stress level caused that dream to happen, caused that little thing you wanted to punt. That's so weird.
Yeah, but I think that's part of her dream. Like in that one time when she woke up in her dream.
I know, but that's just a weird thing to dream.
It really is.
It's a weird thing, like at your front door.
Then once she finally got it out, everything was
fine. So I think that was almost like symbolic of her stress being like, okay, I took care of this.
Yeah, could be.
Could be a
little spirit she really kicked out of her house.
Could be.
Yeah, I don't know, Birdie. That story, to me, I almost wonder if that first kid was ever even a real part of the story. Like maybe he woke up, had this weird figure in his room, and thought, oh, I want to talk to somebody about this, but I don't.
That's an interesting.
Yeah, but I don't want to sound crazy, so I'm gonna tell my mom that my friend and I were talking about this. Like just as a
put the feelers out.
Yeah, like ease in. Like my friend said this, isn't that weird? You don't react that way. Well, I also had that. Just as a feeler.
I wish my kid would do that a little more often than just say the wild things that come out of his mouth. I'm like, oh my gosh, who thinks that? I mean, I judge him in my head, Birdie. I try I put on a good, oh wow, that's a statement that you just made right there. But trust me, judgment is happening in here. Yeah, my kid definitely does not filter anything. So
I don't know
what it's like to be that kind of parent.
Well, yeah, that was just my thought that maybe
that is interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I think we both did our job.
Yeah. Well, I think so. All right. I think I'm ready for your story.
Okay. So I'm so excited for the story.
Okay.
This story is from our amazing, lovely follower, listener, Jason. And we have not read one of Jason's stories in a long time.
It has been a really long time.
And this one is golden.
Awesome.
All right. Hello, ladies. I have a story I'd like to share with you. This is a story about an encounter I had with a strange creature when I was a child.
Ooh, creature.
It's a creature.
That's exciting.
That's also, and I did pre-read this.
Oh, look at you.
I know, doing homework.
You're like, and everything. First of all, I'm mom of the year. Second of all, I'm preparing for this podcast.
Yes. You can give me my award later.
Okay. I'm not going to spend any time on it.
Where was I?
You hadn't started yet. Oh, creatures. Ladies.
I really thought I did. To start off, this took place at my grandparents' house. It was 1991, and I was 6 years old. At the time, my family lived in Nevada. We had come up to visit my grandparents for Thanksgiving. Some of my aunts, uncles, and cousins were also visiting. All of us grandkids had been playing and got too noisy, as kids always do, so the adults told us to play down in the basement. Mm-hmm. Our kind of parents, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right? We didn't mind because we all loved playing in the basement with the old toys that were kept down there. Now, my grandparents' house had originally been a small house, but as they began to have children, they had to build an addition onto the back of the house. Who does that sound like, Erin?
Sounds like me. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Cannot wait.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen to their addition. It sounds amazing.
Okay.
This addition included 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, and an expansion in the basement.
Oh, man.
Right?
Big time.
In the basement next to the washer was a hole. Now if this happened, I would be like, your contractor stopped a little too soon. In the basement next to the washer was a hole in the original foundation that led under the living room to the house. This hole was probably about 3.5 feet tall and 18 to 20 inches wide, so it was big enough for us grandkids to fit through. My grandparents didn't want us kids playing under the house, so they told us not to go in the hole, but naturally, we didn't listen and played in there anyway. My grandfather caught us playing in there, so he made us go up and have a talk. He had us all sit at the table in the dining room, and he told us that he was... I just keep expecting the grandpa to get really mad. I really want him to get mad. He never gets mad.
Oh.
No, he's such a good grandpa. Okay. Grandpa.
He's a good grandpa. Why? Why do you do that?
I don't know.
Why are you so much more country than I am?
I don't know.
Listeners, is she more country than me?
Oh, absolutely. I hear myself sometimes like, oh my gosh, no wonder my kids sound so country.
Like, why though?
I don't know.
Same parents.
I think maybe I embraced... Well, no, it doesn't make any sense because you lived in Owensboro too.
I lived there for 8 years.
And I never lived there. I just went there every weekend when I was in college. I don't know why. I really don't know why. Maybe I'm the lazy talker. It all just kind of...
Because you expend all your energy elsewhere.
I
save it all for my vocabulary.
Mother. I'm too busy being an amazing mother. I don't
care
properly.
how I talk because I'm too busy raising these fools.
I can't spend time on extra pronunciation.
I don't have time for this. Correct grammar.
My grandfather caught us playing in there, so he made us go upstairs so we could have a talk. He had us all sit in the dining room table, and then he told us that he really didn't want us to play under the house. We told him we wouldn't play under there, but he knew we were lying, so he made up a story to scare us. He said we shouldn't go into the hole under the house because that's where the boogeyman lived. He said that if we went into the hole, that the boogeyman would catch us and take us away.
Oh, man.
Naturally, his story scared the hell out of us, and so we went back to play in the basement. I don't think I'd go back into that basement.
Yeah.
But made sure to keep our distance from the hole. Some of my cousins, who were a few years older, thought it was funny to scare us kids, so from time to time, they would say they saw something watching us from the hole, or that something was moving around in there. About an hour later, my uncle hollered down the stairs that it was time for us to all come upstairs and wash up for dinner. All the other kids went upstairs, but I stayed behind and pick up the toys.
Oh my gosh, good job.
No, he's the sweet kid. I put the toys into the toy box and was about to turn off the basement light when I saw something moving in the foundation hole. It was just the shadow of something that I could see moving. I felt the hairs on the back of my neck stand up and my pulse quickened. I tried to dismiss it as my imagination making me see something because my grandpa's story and my older cousins scaring us. I flipped off the light switch, so now the basement was only illuminated by the light coming from the top of the stairs.
Oh my god.
What a brave kid. Like,
yeah.
And responsible.
Cares about electricity and cleaning up.
Right? Taking care of everything, Jason. I wish I were married to you. Whoops, did that slip out? I'm sorry, Jason. That was a little abrasive.
We talk all the time about how we're a little come on a little strong.
Yeah, that might have been the line.
There's your line.
Also, I really hope my husband stopped listening to this. Okay, although turn off the light ever so often and pick up the toys. Wouldn't mind it. This wine is going down good. I turned and was about to go upstairs when I heard something let out an exasperated sigh.
Oh.
As I said, I was the only one in the basement, or so I thought. I looked back towards the hole in the foundation, and that's when I saw it. Out of the hole came a small creature.
What?
Okay, so at this point in the story, I'm on board with Jason. I'm like, oh, this is a cryptid.
Yeah. Or a raccoon.
Yeah, something weird, but no. I mean, it gets weirder.
Okay.
Just get ready. It was about 2 feet tall. Also, what does that remind you of our last story?
Yeah, but also all my biggest fears.
I just peed it. You're gonna make me pee myself.
Sorry. No, little tiny things freak me out.
Yes, they do. Okay.
Thanks to Megan and the elves. But
it happens. Listen, it's fine.
Yeah, it does. It did make me think of her story too.
Yes. It was about 2 feet tall and looked like a small child. Now I know what you're thinking. Why did I just stand there and not run like hell up the stairs to get away from it?
Ugh.
To be honest, seeing this creature didn't scare me. I was more shocked than anything. I had an unexplainable feeling that it wouldn't hurt me. This creature wasn't exactly human. It had some human features and some features that were elongated, such as its ears, fingers, and toes. And it didn't scare him. Okay, let's go over his characteristics again.
That's my truest fear.
Responsible.
That's a tiny little elf. Okay.
Environmentally conscious.
Yes. Okay.
Is brave as all get. I'm just saying. Jason is like racking up the points. It had reddish brown skin, silvery gray hair, and wore stained clothes. The clothing is what threw me right here.
Okay.
That were almost threadbare.
Huh.
Also, this part threw me.
Okay.
In its hand, it held a small white candle.
Okay.
So a cryptid with props.
Okay.
Is what I'm hearing.
Was it lit?
I believe.
And not like,
I mean,
was
who
that
has
night lit? But like, was the candle lit?
Why would you, as a cryptid, ever hold a candle that wasn't lit? If you're gonna have a prop, use it right.
How are they lighting that candle? Just with their magic little eyeballs?
Well, so listen.
Okay, all right.
I mean, this is right up your alley. Get ready.
Okay.
It wore a green hat that was slightly pointed, but the tip of it was folded over as if it had been slept on.
Oh, I hate it.
I mean, the detail.
Yes,
right?
I hate it so much.
It had a pair of socks on, but one of the socks had a hole in it, and two of its toes were sticking out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of makes me think of a house elf. Like the threadbare clothes.
Look at you. What's that from?
Harry Potter.
Oh, shit.
Dobby loves socks.
Okay.
His ears are long.
The creature never looked at me. In a gruff voice, it said, "It shouldn't be here." I slowly backed up toward the stairs without taking my eyes off this creature. It spoke again, saying, "It needs to leave. Work to be done."
Oh.
At that moment, my father yelled to me to come up the stairs, and I turned to walk up the stairs.
Oh, no, don't turn your back to that.
When I looked back one more time, the creature was gone, but I could see a small pair of white eyes looking out of the foundation hole.
Ew.
Mm-hmm. I then raced upstairs to get ready for dinner. After dinner, I told some of my cousins about what I had seen in the basement. None of them believed me. Despite me saying I really saw this creature, they all just said that it was my imagination messing with me because of my grandparents' story. I didn't see the creature again until 2000.
Oh my gosh, when I was again?
When I was 16. My grandfather had unexpectedly passed away, and we had come to stay at my grandparents' house for the funeral. My dad asked me to go into the basement to grab some food from the pantry and the freezer. When I got to the bottom of the stairs and flipped on the light switch, I could see the creature doing something in the far corner of the basement.
What?
Turning the light on startled the creature, and it quickly darted across the basement and into the foundation hole. It was dressed in different clothes this time that were not as raggedy as the ones I had seen before. As I got the food from the pantry and freezer, I could feel the creature watching me, but you still stayed down there.
That is so...
Interesting is the word.
Yeah. I'm like, brave or...
dumb?
Oh my God.
Sorry, I've had a little wine. Not the smartest thing to do. What else do you say for dumb? Maybe curious.
I don't know. Scary.
I don't know. Still gonna marry him. Sounds great. Turns off the lights, cleans up stuff. Let's do this. I could feel the creature watching me, but it did not come out of the hole. After my grandfather's funeral, we headed back home as I was determined to figure out what this creature was. At school, I searched through encyclopedias and on the internet until I finally found it. The creature is a brownie. What is a brownie, you ask? Brownies are a type of house elf.
Oh my gosh, that was weird.
I know. It's almost as if Jason has seen Harry Potter.
Well, nothing else looked like the Harry Potter house elves except for the threadbare clothing. And the fact that Dobby has socks means he's no longer a house elf. Well, he is, but he's
Aaron, no one cares.
To it. Okay. Sorry.
Unfortunately, they are not like the ones in Harry Potter movies. Brownies live in the house, but what are the ones in Harry Potter like? Are they awesome?
They're like
amazing?
Little enslaved people.
Oh,
it's awful.
I think so. Fortunately, they are not like.
But they do take care of the house really good.
Well, listen to what he says. Brownies live in houses and only come out at night to clean around the house.
Yeah.
I need one of these.
Well,
what do they need? What do they need?
Pay them a living wage. It's all Hermione.
Absolutely.
It's all Hermione tried for was spew. SPEW. None of you know any of this. Actually, everybody does except for Megan. But anyways, we're moving on. Okay, move on. Move on. Tell me more.
Okay. I would pay for this.
Point of view.
They like to keep a clean house and do not like big piles of clutter. They are not aggressive or evil at all.
It's almost like you're a house elf. You're a brownie.
That's so true. I did not get that. Oh, shit. I am, and I'm short.
Your ears are kind of long.
I'm
just kidding.
My clothes are threadbare. Oh, no. That is getting funnier in my head. I'm like, boy, I fit all these qualities.
All of your socks have holes in them. It's so weird.
I don't even wear socks. That's how amazing it is.
I can't keep them together.
Oh, I hate them. Okay. If you didn't think I was a brownie, wait till you hear this next line.
Oh, gosh.
They are very pleasant creatures.
Oh, well.
There we go.
That debunks it.
Proven. I'm one of them. But they don't really like to be seen. Yes, that's why I have a podcast, not a video. If they are not a video.
Not a vodcast.
Not a vodcast. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Vodcasts are a thing? I thought you made that up.
No.
Oh, Erin.
A video podcast.
Why are you so young? Okay.
I'm not that young. I'm just way cooler. It's
Okay.
fine.
If they are seen or become spooked, they will turn invisible. I do have that quality.
I wish I had that quality.
Right? They have a habit of collecting random things. So sometimes when things come up missing in your house, it could mean you have a brownie. Well, shit. I've got about 5 of them. Right? They are especially fond of small trinkets such as coins, buttons, and keys. Really, they just have a toddler.
Yeah. Can I incentivize?
Yeah.
Can I leave these around and get a brownie?
Get a brownie? Give me a brownie. You can never give them clothes or they will leave your house forever.
That is Harry Potter. So maybe J.K. Rowling knew about these brownies.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe Jason watched Harry Potter as a small child. Okay, sorry.
How old is Jason? I feel like you couldn't have listened and watched it as a small child because it's not that old, right?
What are my eyebrows doing right now?
It's not that old, is it?
It's fine. What are my eyebrows doing? How do you know if you have a brownie? Well, if you hear noises in the night, such as small shuffling footsteps, random doors or cupboards opening and closing on their own, thumping sounds in the wall, or faint scratching noises, which come from Besom, B-E-S-O-M.
Bosom?
B-E-S-O-M. Besom?
Besom?
Yeah, Besom? A broom made of twigs. Who's got time for that? Those twigs are
sounds like it would make more of a mess. So they're like using these little besom brooms.
So you don't have. I'm like, whose house
they're
are we
making
at?
it?
They take these. And
they are making candles. Okay. They're making brooms.
Okay. Here's what's happened here. We finally found a cryptid I don't believe in.
Oh, all right. Okay.
It's called a brownie. Okay. So keep in mind that not all things that go bump in the night are spirits. I do like that he gave me a new debunk though.
Okay.
Like now I can say, oh, that sounds like a brownie. Also, if you find objects moved or find random items missing, then you may have a brownie. You can thank them for their help by leaving out their favorite treats, which are milk or bread and honey.
Okay.
Well, there you go, Erin. That's how you entice them.
But I am very afraid of the thought of having a 2-inch or
are
2
you
foot
kidding
tall.
me?
Yeah,
that will come and clean?
I don't care.
Even if it comes and cleans, you're insane. I would 100% do milk, honey, cash, whatever it takes.
If it was as sweet as Dobby, I would be fine with it. But a little 2 foot tall creature running around my house at night.
You never have to see it.
I would rather it be during the day where I can see it.
You already claim to have something creeping around your house that you can't see. So
they're not doing a damn thing in this house.
Exactly. So go ahead and get one of these.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. I'll believe if that's what it's going to take. I am now a full believer if I can get a brownie.
Okay, well, you already put it out that you didn't believe it. So
me up. Oh, shit. The last time I saw the brownie at my grandma's house was when we were going through things at the house after my grandma passed away in July 2018. So what happened to the brownie, you ask? After my grandmother passed away, I inherited some of her things, including some of her furniture, and it seems the brownie must have stowed away in one of the pieces of furniture.
Oh.
Because it now lives in my house.
Wow. Set up some cameras.
I have not seen it, but I have heard its voice at night.
Ooh, why are you talking at night?
Right? I don't care. Talk away. If you're going to clean my house, fucking turn on some music. Do your thing. I'm down for it. I have attached a photo of the foundation hole where the brownie lived in my grandmother's house. I hope you found the story interesting. And
Absolutely.
And I have other stories that I will share with you in the future. Keep up the good work and stay spooky. Hold on, I'm going to show you the picture. It's taking forever to load. What does that mean? Oh my God. That hole? Something lives in that hole.
Yeah, something. Absolutely. What? That's such a weird hole to not cover.
Yeah, what are you doing in that hole?
That's what he said.
Sorry. I know, wide open. I'll have to wide open.
Sorry. No, it's
actually
really
that's
weird.
what she would say.
Yeah, that is. What are you doing in that hole? What are you doing in that hole?
Get out of that hole.
No, thank you. Let me show you. Okay, hold on. Yeah, that is very scary. And it would take one little tiny sheet of drywall to cover that up.
Yeah, why didn't they just... In fact, they did. Look, it's like a little door.
Oh,
so awful. It's just...
I mean, I guess if you find out, maybe its grandparents knew they had a brownie and they were like, better leave this open.
I mean, I'm on board. I would leave it open if I knew the brownie would come in and clean.
Ooh.
Okay. Jason, I love you. I don't know why you keep listening to me because every time you do and you send in the story, I just debunk. But again,
it could be said for all of you.
That's true. It's in the title. So I'm just going to say this. I think you saw something in that crawl hole. Absolutely. 100%. I think it was something in your little child imagination, not your imagination. You saw something, a raccoon, a creature, something came out. It terrified you. That memory stuck that there was something there.
Yeah.
And then you watched Harry Potter whatever year Harry Potter came out. And you're like, holy shit, that's what I saw down in that hole. But
then why would he call it a brownie?
Maybe someone else has come up with the term the brownie. He said he looked it up on the encyclopedia. Like maybe once he saw the house elf in Harry Potter.
Okay, but the house elves in Harry Potter look nothing like that. They do have long ears, but they don't have silver hair. They don't have this like reddish skin.
Okay, I'm thinking fox. A fox has reddish silver hair.
Okay.
Elongated ears. So he saw something that when he saw Harry Potter, he was like, it wasn't that. It wasn't that, but it had to be something that lived in my grandparents' house. So he kind of like morphed these two ideas into one idea.
It had a green hat that had been slept on.
Okay. That is a leprechaun. I don't know. I don't know either. I don't know. I love that the believer doesn't know either. I'm just saying. Jason, I love that you listen to us.
I don't want to believe it. It really freaks me out.
Oh, I absolutely want. I wish. Sign me up. I wish I believed in this cryptid. I want this cryptid to live in my house. I would make it the most beautiful little hole.
Honey bread basket.
Whatever you want. Oh my gosh. I would give it offerings every night. It's going to come out during the night. Clean my house. Yeah. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. I don't care what you wear. I don't care how many holes in your socks you have. You're going to come into my house at night, clean my home.
Yeah.
And I don't ever have to take care of you other than leave you some bread and honey. Hell yes. Let's make this a cryptid.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think it's already been done.
Okay. Well, I'm going to leave this cryptid some honey and bread tonight and I'll let you know.
And just hope for the best.
Shit. They're going to see my house and turn around and run.
No.
Like, not all the bread, not all the honey.
Whatever. I'd be like, work needs to be done here. Yeah. Get out.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah, that is so interesting. What, I mean, I can't let my brain grasp it in reality because it's so wild, but you know.
So you know how you're feeling right now? That's how I feel every time I hear a ghost story.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, I just want you to empathize with me.
No, fine, whatever, but you're wrong. You're just wrong.
Okay, so then I'm just going to say you're wrong. Okay, brownies are out there.
Okay, fine. They could be out there. It seems so weird, but I don't know. I love Jason. I can't wait for him to be brother-in-law.
Oh, here's what we know about. I know, right? I mean, listen, Jason, you might be 2 feet tall. You might have reddish silver skin. You could wear a hat. I don't care. Bring it on. You turn off the lights. You pick up the toys. Let's do this.
Yeah, Jason wasn't the brownie in this story.
No, I'm just saying, even if he were.
Okay, got it.
Sign me up.
All right, we ready for a fan favorite?
Oh my gosh, are we ever?
Oh, is it Birdie?
It is Birdie.
Yay.
That's why, okay, when I was like, we sound like such dorks, we get so excited. But when you told me you were going to read Birdie's story, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a huge coincidence. Because tonight's fan favorite, my friends, is the beautiful, the amazing Birdie.
Yay, I've been wanting you to pick Birdie.
I know. In fact, you told me to.
I did.
Yeah, let's be transparent. Because I was to her.
Okay, good.
In fact, I say, hi, Birdie. This is Megan from My Skeptical Sister. Just letting her know I'm the one that does that podcast.
So weird. Be impressed.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant like, they were just like, hey, like she just knew me.
Yeah.
Does that came across?
Yeah.
I meant the exact opposite. Like,
not the way when you said it to
that's
her.
how she took that?
No.
Oh,
that's the way you're describing it right now is funny.
No. No.
I'm Megan. I do the podcast. I mean, hold on.
No, I meant like I'm not some weirdo just randomly messaging you. I'm from a legit thing. I told her I wanted her for my pick. And then I was like, you come highly recommended from Aaron.
Yes.
Asked her what we could plug for her. She said, holy, and then the poop emoji. I think that means shit, Aaron. I know. Are you sure? I'm like, first month brand spanking new.
Girl.
Oh, no. In 1 month.
And you're working.
Look, I'm not going to say anything to all you other listeners, but she is working it.
That's right. 1 month. She just sent me a message the other day that said she's already gotten through all of the episodes.
I know. I love Birdie. I love it. I love that we haven't gone on Birdie's nerves enough to stop listening. I mean, there are definitely times I'm like, oh my God, what are we doing? Like, I get on my own nerves. Plenty. Okay. She says, I wanted to take a minute to get my heart out of my throat.
Oh my goodness.
I know, right? Because I just got on lunch, saw the notification, and almost did a spit take.
Oh.
I know. And then like the mind blown emoji. I would love to be your fan favorite. I am so honored.
Oh.
You guys are amazing. You make me get through so much tedium, and you're an instant mood booster when I'm having drink-inducing days or 5.
Oh.
You remind me of me and my little sister, but you aren't as vicious on air. You should see the claws come out.
Off air. We hate each other.
Oh my gosh, today at the pool.
Oh.
She
you
watched
think
my
her
kid
face
for me
is red from the sun? No, ma'am. Just smack.
Right? All day long.
Also, they can't see that your face is red. Because, again, it's not a visual.
It's not visual. It's not a video pass. What do you call it?
A vodka.
A podcast. That makes more sense than a video cast. So, we have some back and forth.
Yeah.
I'm not going to read it all because now it's gloating at this point.
Oh.
Because she's so kind.
Oh.
I'll let you read it because you're going to love it. But everybody else is like, oh my God, shut up. As for the plug, I have 2.
Okay.
One is local, one is less so. You can plug them both or choose one. Don't want to get greedy.
No. Bring it on.
Right. And that's what I said. The Black Lives Matter organization could use any support. Your listeners could give anything from reading up on the latest news. Knowledge is power. Absolutely.
I almost said absolutely at the same time.
Because it's true.
Yeah.
To buying some merch. The dandelion design is so pretty. Visit them at www.blacklivesmatter.com. The next is local. The Oswego.
Okay.
The Oswego City Animal Shelter. We will leave that website because it's long. I always advocate adopt, don't shop, but my friend Caroline is the chief animal control officer up there, and she is not only great at it, but she also has the biggest heart.
Oh.
I am also convinced that she is an adoption psychic. We always say she can match anybody with the perfect pet. I like that it isn't always about getting the animal into homes for her, but also about matching everyone with the animal that they never knew they needed.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know, that is great. I kind of needed her before we got our last dog. If she doesn't have the right pet for you, she is honest about it and always willing to keep an eye out and contact you. We have gotten most of our fur babies from her, about 5 out of 8, and they are pretty awesome. Trust her judgment. If you aren't local or aren't looking for a pet but want to help, please contact her for ways that you can contribute. And then leaves both of the amazing sites that we will definitely contribute to.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
Right. So, yeah, my response was we will absolutely plug both of those beautiful causes. You are a beautiful person. Thank you again. And then we have a huge exchange, which I forgot. She left me a whole nother story.
Holy crap.
So remind me. I'm so sorry, Birdie, because I didn't read it. I was like, oh, I'm going to save that for the podcast.
Yeah.
So I didn't read it, and I didn't forget, but I'm just so glad that I'm now reminded that it's there. I didn't forget. I just didn't read it because I was like, oh, I cannot read that.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, we can't read stories beforehand. Otherwise, we'll tell each other the story.
Yeah, we'll let it leak. We're not good at keeping secrets.
Nope. We hang out all the time.
I read Jason's story literally like 10 minutes before I came here.
Yeah, perfect.
So that's how it goes.
All right. Well, thank you, Birdie. We love you. We're so glad you're part of this little strange community that we've built.
I know. I love our little strange community.
I do too. I love it so much.
I do.
All right. Well, if you would like to get more connected with this strange little group of people,
bring it on in.
That's right. You can find us on social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. You can go to our website at www.myskepticalsister.com, where you can find out how you can become a Patreon. You can find out how to get our merch. You can find out about our live shows, which we have one on July 14th in Kentucky. It's in Oldham County. I almost said Louisville. Not quite Louisville, but very close.
Yeah, outskirts.
Outskirts of Louisville. Third Turn Brewery. Free show.
It's going to be so much fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. You can write your stories in at our website, or you can go to myskepticalsister@gmail.com. You can rate, review, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. If that's a thing, please rate, review, subscribe. We love them so much.
Absolutely.
And I think that's it. We'll talk to you later. I'll wait here while Megan looks up a goodbye.
Up, bitch. Zdraveo.
La 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 la.
And also, you say I do nothing for this podcast. You're welcome for the extra Patreon bonus bloopers.
I have never once said you do nothing for this podcast.
It's okay. I'll say it. I don't do much. Okay, where was I at?
Every time you say that, someone has to drink.
That's the new drinking game.
That is the tiniest font I've ever seen.
Do
you want me to make it bigger?
I am trying so hard to do so well. I'm doing good.
You're doing so good.
Well, don't put it in my mind that I'm starting bad.
Oh, you're doing all right. There it is.
My grandfather caught us playing. That one was a bad one. I thought it was going to be real loud.
I would never embarrass you like that.
You're funny tonight. Okay.
Tonight? Rude.
Anything. Oh my God. Okay, hold on.
Do you want me to make your font bigger?
Shut your face. So you don't get annoyed by your siblings ever, do you? I can't wait to see when they're like adults. I mean, we'll be dead by then. They'll be sad. But
oh my gosh. I won't be.
Okay, you won't.
It's like 10 years.
I mean, who knows? If I keep going on those hikes.
Well, that's on you.
Okay.
If you die on one of those hikes, I'm going to be so pissed.
I promise I will try not to.
I will never become a hiker if you die on a hike.
I don't think that's why you won't become a hiker. Okay. My grandfather cut us. Good grief. I know. I don't know why I want this grandfather to be so mean. Sorry. Okay. I really was doing so good.
You want me to make that font bigger?
No, it's not the font. It's the wine.
So tiny. Okay.
And so that's why I was saying.
Okay.
What I was saying before. Okay.
Okay. People are just going to think we always take the anchovy butter paste now.
We don't. We did not have any tonight.
We have not had any, I promise.
Not any. It's just been wine and Corona.
That's right.
This font is so tiny.
I'll make it bigger.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, good.
So I'm not worried. I do need to whittle it down. Whittle.
Whittle.
Dwiddle it. What do you do when you dwiddle?
That's something for the bedroom, I think.
No. That's diddle.
Oh, you're right.
Okay. I don't know. I just made up a word.
That's when dwiddle. You do weird, kinky things with woodwork
while you're whittling wood.
Yeah. Oh, like the olden days, they had to dwiddle their little, vibrators.
Ooh. Listen, I don't want to do it, but I'd watch a documentary.
Think about the splinters.
oh my
gosh.
Okay, where were we? Gosh, you made me laugh so hard a minute ago.
Sorry.
No, I should not have said that because I should not think about it. Okay. Stop.
I'm so sorry. That was weird. I'm sorry. Do you ever get
It happens.
Your spit ever so thick? I get that all the time, and then I have to swallow with all the strength of my mouth.
That's doing so good, Aaron. Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Of course. You're sabotaging me.
Oh
You're like, I'm gonna talk about thick spit and then I'm gonna fart. But go ahead and do your thing. I was doing so good. You really hate me. This is like your inner child coming out right now. Getting me back for all the years. I had to put the phone down. Oh shit.
It was such a perfect piece. It was so good. I can't stop now.
I gotta pee. You're gonna make me pee my pants. Let's just be
Literally. Oh my gosh.